Hello everyone and welcome to Premium Collection. In today's video, I want to take a look at the CGA Disney Pixar Cars acrylic display cases. I couldn't find any information online about these when I went to order them. I saw them online and was really curious what they were all about, but I didn't see any YouTube videos or any sort of reviews going over them. So I figured for my first video on this channel, why not do a review for everybody so you guys can feel a little bit more confident in purchasing these. So on their website, they advertise that there's two different styles. There's Style A, which is on the left here, and Style B, which is on the right. Style A on the left is for singles. And as you can see, it's just the regular mainline smaller car inside. In this case, it's Damage the King. And on the right, for Style B, it's for deluxes. In this case, we have Bessie from the 2010 first release. So I want to do kind of some close-ups, an unboxing, and even some comparisons to some older style collector cases. So let's get right into an unboxing. So here on the table, I have a unopened case B version. So this is the Style B for the deluxe, which I have not opened. So this is how it will come if you order them. They take about a month to actually get to you, but here's just a look all the way around. It's got this nice thick plastic wrapping that you can see is taped up top to bottom, so it can't get scratched. And shipping, which was absolutely phenomenal. It came very well wrapped. Like I said, I ordered 3 of these, 1 single, 2 deluxe. So we're just going to pop the tape off. Let's see where I can work the knife in here. Just be careful not to actually scrape up the case. You don't ever want to nick it because the acrylic will most certainly scratch. But the point is to protect what is inside. So we're just going to kind of saw our way through here, and there we go. You can see how dense the plastic is on here. So like I said, excellent packaging. I love that, especially being a collector. So this coming from a grading company, yeah, they definitely are sticking to that higher tier quality. And once we slide it down, we get our first fingerprints on it. No, and there we go. So you can see how thick that is. It even still has the shape of the actual acrylic case inside. And here we go. So like I said, this is Style B, which is for the deluxe. So I'm not sure. I'm sure you could probably throw a single in there. It just would be really floppy in there. But these aren't cheap by any means. So let's find out if it's truly going to be worth your money. So with this being Style B, it's meant to fit a deluxe car inside. So you can kind of make out inside that there is a slant right along there, a piece of plastic that is inside of the packaging or in the case, whatever. And it's meant to go with the original mainline cars that all had these slants in their packaging, which is pretty cool. So for example, we're going to be putting the mega size Frank from the Racerama series. This was released, I believe, in 2009. And yeah, this is my personal carded Frank. So how do you crack one of these open, you might be thinking, because they look pretty bulletproof. Well, on the bottom here, you can actually kind of feel a little bit of movement. There is a tray that just slides out, and it's very tight, airtight, really. I'm pretty sure they are airtight. It seems that way. So you pull this lip out. You can see it's got a ledge. The ledge always goes on the bottom, and that opens everything up. So the back of the packaging is where deep inside there, let's go ahead and zoom in. You can see that lip, and that's meant for the top of the packaging to rest in there. So if you have a bent card, one that's leaning forwards or backwards, it's going to be really tough for you to get this thing in place. Obviously, these are meant for very high condition cars. So let's go ahead and lay Frank down flat. And it's a tight fit, you can see that. And the card's not fitting perfectly, so we're just going to try to work it in there a little bit. And it seems I might have to do a little movie magic. There we go. If I could just, there we go. So this Frank isn't perfect, but it is a little nostalgic to me. And we're just going to go ahead and take this, like I said, with the ledge down and snap it back in. And there we go. Frank is inside his acrylic case, and now he is fully protected from the elements. And yeah, there we go. It's that simple. These are very stiff on some of the cases and not so much on the others, but the build quality here is quite good. These are custom made. I believe it said that on the sticker right there. Custom. So these are made to order from my understanding. That's why they take so long to ship. That's why it can seem a little shady, because you're like, am I actually going to get it in the mail? But here it is in my hands. It feels good. It's heavy. And yeah, it just looks good display wise. So that is an unboxing of Style B. But like I said, and like you saw at the beginning of the video, I have a single version here. In this case, I have Damage the King from the Racerama series as well, which is my favorite of the mainline series. And this is just a look all the way around of the single version. We still have the same lip up top that you can see holding the top of the card in place. And it just sits in there very well. It's fantastic and works excellent for these singles as well. So with these side by side, and even putting Bessie, my other one that I opened before the video just now to get a feel for these, this is basically what they look like on a shelf together, which is really nice. Now let me go ahead and talk about a downside. So these are meant for the main line, which all have these sloping, no matter what year you have, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, and even some of the 2010 stuff, it'll fit in there. The cards are all uniform. But when we slip into some other lines in 2010, this is from the Cartoon Mater's Tall Tale line. This is a deluxe Chewy, and this is one that I was hoping to slip in there because he is quite rare. Just being a part of the Cartoon line. But unfortunately, when I put these side by side here, you'll be able to quickly see that the hook is taller than the packaging, and unless you want to snip or bend that off, there's no sense in doing that. It does not fit. It's not meant to fit. These are for mainline releases. Now, I'm not sure, and I'm pretty sure that they do not offer anything for the Cartoon line. I mean, this hook is genius for the pegs, but it is very flimsy, not as reinforced as on these older style packages. But even still, it's not going to fit. And another thing that's not going to fit are going to be your Final Lap collection cars. But before we do a comparison with that, we need to do a comparison with the original collector protector cases, if you will. So let's go ahead and move our deluxe off the table. Let's bring in the original protectors. So here we have a Muddy Lightning McQueen, who's become quite rare in recent years, but I have him in this much different, much slimmer plastic protector. So I'm not sure what company released these, so if you do know, let me know in the comments below. You can find these online. Oftentimes when you buy a more rare car like Muddy Lightning McQueen or something that's much more desirable, they'll come in these older style protectors. They're much more common than these acrylic ones. These are more recent. So what makes these unique is, one, it fits the Final Lap collection, and the reason that doesn't fit is this round circle does not fit in that slope, unfortunately. It's just sticking out by that much. But yeah, so if you are curious, let's talk about the pros and cons of the original plastic ones from way back in the day. These are very old. They've been around for a long time versus the acrylic. So first off, these plastic ones, you can't really order them anymore, to my knowledge. You just have to find them used. I got my set on eBay a long time ago, And yeah, again, they're made out of plastic. So one thing that these have going that this doesn't is it's so easy to swap cars in and out. So basically you can see the split here. You just kind of open it up like a standard clamshell type package, and the car comes right out. And you can see, flopped open like that. And I can go ahead and close it up, and this is what it looks like without a car inside. It even has room in the back for the plastic hooks for the pegs in the store. So we have our car out of the package, and it's super easy to just flop that down. And actually, there's a little bit of information on there. You would think, oh, it might say something, but oh, there we go. There's a name, DMR Card Protector. So there we go. We have a website link as well. So the movie cars collector.com. I don't think these are made anymore though. Like I said, you can check, but I'm pretty sure they don't make these anymore. Anyways, that's what they are. The more you know. So it's back in there, easy peasy. Now the plastic is not as durable as the acrylic, so you kind of got to give and take. But this does fit the Final Lap Collection cars, but it also does not fit any of the Cars Tune stuff. That hook is just too long, even for the singles like Dragon Lightning McQueen, for example, or Kabuta Ninja. So there we go. I also have another Final Lap Collection car. This one is Race Damage Mood Springs, who has always been in this protector since I bought this car. The previous collector had it in that. But in the same vein, you can see it doesn't matter. They're the same height. So neither of these are going to fit in, which is really unfortunate. I would have loved to move Race Damage Mood Springs into the acrylic display case, but it just isn't going to work. So side-by-side comparison, once again, you can see the size is pretty identical. So really, you got to give and take. Do you want this plastic, or do you want this really hard acrylic, which is, man, give and take. Now, pricing. These are much more affordable, even on the secondhand market, than this. These are going to cost you quite a bit more. You can go on their website and check them out. Like I said, this is style A and the deluxe is style B, and they both, I believe, cost the same. They're just really expensive per one. So if you have several valuable cars in your collection, my personal recommendation would be to get the plastic DMR, I believe they were called, card protectors for your generic releases. And then when you have something more special, and I'm using Race Damage the King, or Damage the King, as my example here. But if you had a much more valuable car, who's much more uncommon, stick them in here and stick the rest of them in the plastic shell protectors. Well, I hope this video certainly helped answer any questions in regard to these acrylic display cases. At the end of the day, I can't say that these are going to be very affordable means to protect your entire collection. Like I said, I think these are best used for just specific cars that you really like, or in this case, like Frank. You know, I think Frank's a really cool one. He's one of my favorite characters from Cars, like niche characters. So yeah, I want to protect him. Or Bessie is very uncommon, so of course I'd want to protect Bessie, since she doesn't really get released very often. But whatever the case may be, I hope that this answered a lot of questions. And yeah, let me know if you guys happen to own any of these acrylic cases for your Disney Pixar Cars diecasts. If you like them, if you hate them, you know, whatever the case may be. And let me know if you have some of these old plastic card protectors as well. With all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video a lot. Please consider subscribing if you want to see some more Disney Pixar Cars content. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'll do my best to get back with you. And yeah, subscribing and liking the video is a way to motivate me to review some more car stuff, because boy, do I have a lot of stuff in my collection I would love to share with you guys. I'd love to start busting out some reviews. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one.